Do it for the love, and I do it for the likes. Do it for the love, and I do it for the likes. Do it for the love, and I do it for the likes. Do it for the love, and I do it for the likes. Make them know success don't come overnight. Don't make them know a substance over hype. Do it for the love, and I do it for the likes.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for this video, we are going to be doing part 3 of the Budget With Me series, and we're going to be setting up our monthly budget. So the first thing you want to do when starting your budget is to list out your expenses. So I'm using my iPad just because I didn't want to waste paper. So what I'm going to do here is list out my expenses and the day for which they're due. So now that we've listed out our expenses, these are my expenses by the way, but you will list out your expenses based off of what it is that you have to pay for. And an expense is anything that comes out monthly, any bill that you have to pay monthly that you know is expected to come out on a certain day. So I've listed out my expenses. Next, we're going to list out our sinking funds. Okay, so here listed are all of my sinking funds, and sinking funds are anything that you're saving up for that you know you want to do or take money out for or whatever. So now that we've listed out everything, we're gonna go ahead and draw out our table. Okay, so for here, I have listed out all of my expenses. So we have our expenses listed here. I forgot to do the due dates, like put the due, first of all, okay, just don't mind the smudges. I'm a lefty, so it always happens that way when I'm writing in pen usually. Anyway, I forgot to put a column, make a separate column for the due dates, so they're just placed after the words, the expenses. So we have our expenses listed here. Here we're going to write the total amount due for each expense, and then we have our due dates listed here for the month of May. So today is May 7th. We just got paid, and let's say our weekly pay is $400. So we're gonna just put that right up here. And this is what we're going off of. $400. And that's how much we get paid every week after taxes come out and everything like that. Being that it is April 7th, when we check the due dates of our rent, that means that it would have already been paid. Yeah, it would have already been paid. Health insurance would have already been paid, and credit card would have already been paid. But first, let's just write down how much we have to pay in total for each of these expenses. So let's say for rent, your rent is $1,200 a month, and you split it because you have a roommate down the middle. So we'll just say $600 for you. Health insurance, I don't really know how much they go for, so we'll just say $50. Credit card bill, will say so we'll just say that the credit card bill is $50 every month. Phone bill, I really don't know why I made that such a huge space. Phone bill is $40. Disney Plus, they've actually raised the price to, I think, $9.07 is what comes out of my account. So we'll just say $10. Loans, let's say you want to do 50, small amount of 50 on your loans every month. And then car insurance, I don't really know how much that goes for, so I guess I'll just say 200. Okay, so for May 7th, we are gonna skip these for right now and focus on these down here. So our phone bill is due on the 7th. So we're going to just take out a full 40 for that. Disney Plus is due on the 12th, and we won't have multiple weeks to set aside money for that. So we'll just take out the full $10. Loan will be on the 15th, and that is a total of 50. So if you take 50 and you divide that by 2, you get 25. So we'll just do 25 for the 7th. What are we doing? And 25 for the 14th. And then on the 15th, we'll have the full 50 to pay. And then car insurance is not due until the 25th. So we have 1, 2, 3 checks before we have to pay our car insurance. So I'm just going to take, I don't know if you guys can see, 200 divided by 3, 66.6, and we're gonna just round that up to 67. So $67 each check. So now let's go over to these 3 up here. Being that it is May 7th, that means rent would have already been paid, health insurance would have already been paid, and our credit card bill would have already been paid. So we're gonna start saving up for the next month, which is June. So our rent is $600 a month. When we pull it up on the calendar, we see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 checks before we have to pay our rent. So we're gonna take 600 and divide that by 4. 150. So we'll be taking out $150 each check up until May 28th in order to get to $600 to pay it by June 1st. Health insurance is due on the 2nd of every month. So that's $50. And we have 4 checks as well to put down money before we have to pay our health insurance. And that comes up to 12.5. So we'll just round that up to 13. So we have to take out $13 each check in order to get to $50 by June 1st. Our credit card bill is $50, and that comes out on the 6th of every month. So that'll be another, we'll have, how many checks? 5. Oh, we'll actually have 5 checks before we have to get to 50. So instead of taking out 13 like we would for the health insurance, we'll just take out 10. And then when June rolls around, you just take out another $10. You'll just be continuing that budget based off of, what you've done for the previous month. Now, if you're anything like me, you will probably put a few of these on your credit card bill, which is what I do. So my health insurance is on my credit card bill, Disney Plus is on my credit card bill, and my loan is on my credit card bill, I believe. So, and I think one of my sinking funds. So I still take this money out physically, because some people might wonder, like, well, why would you take out Disney Plus, the $10 for that? But that's because I'm paying it on my credit card bill and then taking out that amount so that I can pay it back when the credit card bill is due, if that makes any sense. So we're going to add up the total amount that we'll have to pay overall each month, and then the total amount we'll have to take out each check. I was just adding away and I forgot to do something. So these last 3 here, I didn't filter out the rest of the weeks. So let's just do that now. So being that the phone bill is due on the 7th of each month, we'll pay it the $40 in full on May 7th, and then we have 4 checks before we have to pay $40 again. So we will be taking out $10 for the remainder of May after we pay the full $40 on the 7th. Disney Plus is coming out on the 12th of each month, I believe. I don't know, I just made up a random date for that. So we have 5 checks. Yeah, we'll have 5 checks before we have to pay for the Disney Plus again. So you can either choose, if you are someone who is not careful with your money, you can take out the $2 every week. However, if you know that you're gonna have it, you're disciplined, you don't have to take out the $2. You can just take $10 out on the 21st, the 28th, or June 4th. It is completely up to you. Personally, I would just not disregard, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, I wouldn't take out any money on the 14th and the 21st of May, I would wait until the 28th and take out $10, but it's completely up to you. For the loan, that comes out on the 15th of every month. So you have 4 checks before we have to pay it again. So after the 14th, we can start taking out $13 up until June 11th. Okay, so yeah, we can get back to adding now. So as you can see here, our overall total is going to be $1,000. And then here's what we'll be taking out each week for the month of May. So for each week, we get paid $400, right? This goes under each week. Each week we get paid $400. So now we're going to subtract the amount that we have to take out from the 400 and see what we're left with. So once we subtract the amount that we have to take out from the amount that we get paid, we see what we're left with for our sinking funds for that week. So that will, or these numbers here will determine what we will take out for each week. Because if you're left with $85 on May 7th, then you're not going to be able to take out a whole lot of sinking funds for May 7th because you don't have anything. So yeah, this shows us how much we have and what we're working with for our sinking funds, and we can base that off of, you know, what we're going to take out for each week.